Hey everybody, I'm Sean. Welcome to another episode of Angling Spiders. Welcome back everybody to another Gear Review Wednesday. If you're wondering why I'm standing here in my backyard with my life vest on, it's for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, on today's episode, I'm going to be showing you a piece of gear that I love to use, but to be honest has been failing me lately, and so I've got a new version of it to try out, and that's what I wanted to share with you guys. But I realized that because of the view that you get in most of our episodes, many of you don't actually see the life vests that we wear in our kayaks. So I thought I would show them off. So this is the current life vest that we use. It's from Body Glove, and we picked these up at Costco. They are specifically kayaking life vests, so the back is not very thick, and for that reason it's very comfortable to sit in a sit-inside kayak because we don't have bulk behind us. The bulk of this one is sitting up front. They're also shorter, so that when you are sitting all the time as opposed to standing, it's not bunching up and it's actually sitting above on your primarily on your chest. But the other thing that I wanted to show you quickly was just some of the things that we have in our life vest. And we've mentioned this before because of some lessons we've learned over the years, but pretty much everything that we have on our life vest is attached with some of these cords so that they don't fall off and go in the water. So first and foremost for me, my pockets here, I've got a couple things on this side. I've got my fish grips that you guys have seen us use. These are Bass Pro version that we have. And they go in the right side pocket and zip up. On the left hand side we have our hook removers, and they're again also corded on, and we use those go in the left hand pocket. And then for my life vest in particular, because I wear the GoPro, I also have this which attaches to the headgear mount for the GoPro when I'm filming, so that if for some reason the camera falls off, it is attached to my life vest and can't fall in the lake. And I have that on here because in the first season of Angling Spiders, I lost a GoPro in a lake. So, tough lesson learned, but there's no possible way that can happen now because I attach it to my life vest when I'm out there filming. So, that's just a very quick overview of the life vest. What are we talking about today? I wanted to talk today about hook removers. And you guys have seen these on the channel. We have used them many times. In fact, I'll insert a clip right now of me using these if you haven't noticed it before. This is the kind of hook remover we've been using for 4 seasons on Angling Spiders. So I'll show you that quickly right now. I'd like those bigger ones to come back, but I'm never gonna be sad about catching a fish. That is pike number 8 and gone. All right, so if you guys have never seen these types of hook removers before, they are pretty easy to find all over the internet. We've had a link to these things even down below in our show notes for quite some time, and I typically pick them up in one of 2 places. I either get them off of Temu or I get them off of Amazon. Now the ones that we've had have always looked like this. They basically, you pull this trigger, and you know, they're relatively cheaply made and they're really cheap to buy. I think I buy these for like $5.99 on both Amazon and Temu. The problem with these is that they are super cheaply made, and we've gone through about, I would say, one of these per season that we've gone on for Angling Spiders, which again for $5 is not that bad, but ultimately they always break. And the reason I'm having this episode is because once again this one broke. This is supposed to have the hook remover part on it, but it broke because it was so cheaply made that the aluminum that was in here, that was inserted into this little plastic end, bent and broke off. And that's typically where these things fail the most. They're going to fail in one of 2 places. They're either going to, the end is going to fail because it's a cheap little aluminum ring that's in here, or the pin that holds the spring inside also sometimes fails, and then the spring falls out, and that no longer works. Yes, they're cheap, and yes, they're easy to replace, but I finally decided, you know what, I'm moving up in the world. I'm going to go to a hopefully better made version of this, and so I've got a new one to show you, and that's what I'm going to show you next. Alright, so I did go back on Amazon, and this time I picked up a brand name. In this case, the brand is Crazy Shark. These are still not expensive. I'm going to tell you, I should have been going for a little bit more expensive version from the start, but I actually thought they were all kind of made the same, so I just was going with the cheap ones. The Crazy Shark hook remover, it's a different style than what we've been used to. I'll show you that in a second. But it's better made, and it only cost $16.99 Canadian, 17 bucks Canadian, probably about $13 American for this version. And already I've had a look at it out of the box. It is much better quality than the ones we've been using previously. So let me show you guys what this thing looks like. All right, you guys, so here it is. This is the Crazy Shark hook remover. And this one's a little bit of a different style. So instead of having the triggers, the twin trigger on both sides, this one's got a handle. But otherwise it works the same. You just pull it. Now, this one comes with its own cord, so you don't have to buy one with a little attachment on the end here, like carabiner style attachment. I will say that both the carabiner and the cord are pretty cheap. They are not as well designed or manufactured as the device itself, but we have a bunch of these, so if I want to replace this, I can relatively easy. But if you were thinking about getting some of these, it does come with this attached. The biggest difference with this one in particular is this end, and I'm going to show you the thickness. I wish I could show you the other one, but it broke and I lost it. But this is pure steel. This, the hook remover end, which is what you use to remove the hook from the fish's mouth. In this case, in the Crazy Shark version, one, it's not plastic inside there, it's all steel, and this is steel construction. There is no way that a fish is going to bend this thing like it is when it's a thin piece of aluminum. So I'm already impressed with the fact that this is a significant upgrade on this end, which is the biggest failure point that we've had over the last 4 years with these hook removers. The second piece here is that there is no pin on this that holds the spring in place, so that pin can't actually fall out. So your spring shouldn't actually fall out unless this end piece actually were to unscrew, which I'm not going to do. So I don't think you're going to have the same spring issue that you've got on the other cheap ones either, because there's no pin to fall out. There is a pin in this one, but the pin is attached to this larger set screw, and because of that, and because it's inset in the plastic, none of that is going to fall out like it did on the other version. So I'm looking forward to giving these things a try, but I can already tell much better made than those cheaper versions that we were buying previously, and I have a feeling these ones are going to last for us a lot longer. The only issue I have with these Crazy Shark versions is that they are so big, which is nice because obviously you've got a long length here that you can use to reach into a fish's mouth like a pike, which if you get a really big one, you want this to be as long as possible, but it's going to be tougher for this to fit in our pockets now, and so I think what I'm going to have to do is put it in my pocket backwards. That's the only complaint I have about it, is it's way bigger than those other versions, but outside of that, that's a pretty minor complaint. Looking forward to giving this thing a try. So there's an update on a piece of gear. I just wanted you guys to know about it. For those of you that maybe have been purchasing these things on our recommendation, we are upgrading, and I will put the link to the Crazy Shark version in my Amazon links down below. So there you go, quick gear review. I will give you guys an update towards the end of the season as to how these performed and if they work better than the ones we were using before. But yeah, I think these are going to work great. So that's going to do it for this one. As always, thanks for joining me. If you liked the video, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and until next time, good fishing.